welcome back, NoDQ Galaxy, to a brand new edition of the NoDQ Review, number 224. I am Virtue. This is the rest of this week's elite panel of NoDQ here on a Saturday night. We can call it what? Saturday night's main event. Gentlemen, what's going on? Mo Camera back in the house. He's out there stealing cars. What's up, Mo?
Hey, I'm just so happy to be here right now. No pun intended. I want to get something off my chest. I didn't want to say it during the dress rehearsal, but I'm so happy to see TJS. I'm a big fan of your work. I'm a big fan of your tag team partner Ricochet. Your finisher move, your atrocious theme song. Hey Baron, have you seen Three from Hell?
All right, well, that's a hell of an introduction there.
Yeah.
And you're going to love some of these topics tonight, Mo. Stay tuned. We'll be back at you soon. Shout out to Colin the Cleaver Andrew in the chat, of course. Want to do that. TJS, what's up? You're back. I let you back on the show after the infamous burp.
Yes, I'm gracious. Glad to be here. It's finally, the stars have aligned, Mo Camera and myself on a video at the same time. Awesome. Glad to have you here, and look forward to talking about some wrestling.
Stay tuned. I'll be back at you soon. Walter Cruz, always reliable. He used to be Big G back in the day. If we ever needed somebody, he was always there. Now it's Walter Cruz. What's up, Walt?
Nothing much. I'm doing well. Got the feeling it's going to be a pretty interesting video, so I'm ready to get into it.
All right. And Aaron Rift, of course, over to you. He's all worried about doing the show on a Saturday night, even though we're prime time. We're not up against a Super Bowl. That's why we're doing it now. But he feels like we're going to have just our diehards tonight. We're not going to have the mass audience. What's up, Aaron?
I think this might be the most watched NoDQ review of all time. And I think it's going to be one of the most exciting episodes because we have Mo Camera in his car looking like Michael Myers at the end of Halloween 1.
Or Uncle Howdy.
Exactly, Uncle Howdy. We got TJS, Tyler the Toilet Smith. TJS, where am I right now?
I think you're at 308 Negra Royal Lane.
That is a good guess. You are a smart man, smarter than some people on this panel may give you credit for. But it's a pleasure to have you on, TJS. And Walter Cruz, always a pleasure to have you on. And I'm ready to get into it because we have a lot of news coming up with Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, AEW, Revolution. Everybody in the chat room, send in your comments. Your feedback is much appreciated. So leave your comments, give us your thoughts on the topics, and spread the word right now. Share a link to this video on Twitter, Facebook, anywhere that you post about wrestling. And tell your family, tell your mom, tell your grandma. They might get some entertainment out of this. There's some people out there that don't watch wrestling that might be very entertained by the antics of TJS tonight. So, Virtue, let's get right into it. I'm ready.
Okay, topic number 1. Mo Camera. So, in the past week, we had a couple really, really good in-ring promos like we usually tend to get involving Paul Heyman. On Raw, it was with Cody Rhodes. Obviously, setting that match up, setting that animosity up for WrestleMania while we have to go through Elimination Chamber in Montreal first. So, obviously, they want to make it personal, right? We have no Rock at this point. We don't even know if he will be there to at least say hello. So, they're getting us invested now with Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Now, thoughts on that? And in the same week, we get Paul Heyman out there again doing business to make the Sami Zayn match coming up feel extra important with all the drama that's going on with the Bloodline. So we had Paul Heyman interact with Sami Zayn in the ring as well. So, Mo, I have something that I like a gut feeling. You know me, I was so tied up on The Rock being there. Whatever happened, right? Like, The Rock had a pretty rough end of last year with all of his Warner Brothers and DC drama that went on. Maybe he just tapped out from WrestleMania. Maybe he was going to do it, and then he just said, nah, man, I'm mentally tapped out. And I think WWE could still have a hell of a show without him in Hollywood with Roman Reigns. What's your thoughts here with Paul Heyman doing his thing with Cody and Sami, Mr. Hype Man? I mean, he's really good at it. What do you think here, Mo?
I mean, it's always good to see Paul Heyman on television pulling, especially double duty. It's really good to hear them tapping into the lineage between Paul Heyman and Dusty Rhodes. Like Paul Heyman said, he created all those stars that we see on TV today. But I was disappointed that he didn't bring up Bray Wyatt as an example. But that's besides the point. Since they have a short period of time to build towards WrestleMania, they had to put all their eggs, they have to go all out. They can't waste time, especially because Cody's not as over as Sami, because Cody was out on injury for so long. So now that they have 2 months to build up to WrestleMania, they have to it's all weapons, everything. So the promo on Raw was very emotional. It got me a little teary because I don't know if Paul Heyman was actually emotional or he was just in character, but it got me a little teary myself. And then SmackDown, his promo wasn't as strong as the one on Raw, but it did get the job done in terms of setting up the match for Elimination Chamber. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I'm a big Paul Heyman guy back from when he was managing CM Punk and Brock Lesnar. Even though that was getting really, really boring and redundant, he was coming out and doing the same old shtick with Brock Lesnar. But it's a breath of fresh air with the Bloodline. And as far as The Rock is concerned, Virtue, I think that he wants to wrestle Roman Reigns next year because it's in Philadelphia. The story tells itself. It's full circle again, because Roman got The Rock booed at Philly. So I think next year is actually better than Hollywood. And it wouldn't sit well with me if The Rock wrestled this year, because I feel like you can't just rush everything. I know fans want everything right now, but I'm telling you, wait next year in Philadelphia, WrestleMania 40. That's a good number. And yeah, next year in Philadelphia.
Now, TJS, I know we can predict this, and it's gonna most likely be Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos at WrestleMania. We know Cody, when he first came back, it was the WWE title he was talking about. I was watching that Sami Zayn promo on SmackDown, and I could have swore he only referred to the Universal Championship, even though at Elimination Chamber, Roman is the undisputed, right? It's the whole kit and caboodle. I just wonder, could they be thinking about night one, night two, Roman defends one belt and then the other belt? Something happens at Elimination Chamber to still give Sami Zayn a shot at the Universal title night one, and the Cody match still happens. I don't know, man. But to me, I want to see Roman wrestle twice. And I have a really good argument with him for our main event topic later when we're talking about the best heel in the business today. But what's your thoughts here with the Heyman promos and what's going on with Sami and Cody, and how can they protect all this momentum Sami has, not get Cody booed? What's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's interesting because I feel like the gloves were off from the very start. They didn't save anything as far as these promos are concerned. They immediately just threw everything out there. So I'm wondering what they're going to do next as far as the Cody and Roman build is concerned. With Sami, I enjoyed the promo, but like you said, Virtue, I think him and Kevin are going to end up teaming at WrestleMania, and I'm sure they'll beat the Usos. Unfortunately, I think Roman's only going to end up wrestling once, even though I think it would be good if he wrestled twice, over the weekend, be the first guy to ever main event 2 nights of WrestleMania. That would be awesome, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Do you think that everybody that goes to WrestleMania goes to both nights? There's nobody that would just go to night one and not go to night two, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I mean, I think it would be dumb not to, because I'm pretty sure they sell combo tickets where you can go one night and then go the other. But yeah, I mean, I I think that Heyman's doing good work here. And I think that Sami planting the seeds of doubt, saying that the bloodline's going down soon, it's good. I enjoy it, but I think after Elimination Chamber, Sami and Roman's going to be done, and then they're just going to transition to the Usos. And I wish it was Rock instead of Cody. I think if you wait until next year, it's going to be too late. But yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a fine match, but I just wish it was The Rock. That's all.
Me too, but like I don't know. We'll talk about that heading into WrestleMania. Like, yeah, I really hope Rock is still there.
But I hate to say this, but I feel underwhelmed by Cody versus Roman. So hopefully they could sell me on it.
There's still an interesting thing I'm going to mention about WrestleMania this year, in defense of Roman Reigns too. Like if people want to come out and say he's not the best heel today, who's going to say something?
Aaron.
I was just going to say, TJS, that promo on Raw did not sell you on Cody yet?
It did, but it was just Cody's dad. That's pretty much the only story here. Cody's dad. Dusty Rhodes.
But it's the story to tell.
Look, I'm looking forward to the match. I just think that The Rock would be the ideal opponent. That's all. I mean,
well, and that's the thing. I wanted the whole Rock thing, but I always have something to look forward to because people get on their high horse that Cody's got to go over. It's destiny. I'm going to be on the Roman ain't losing train all the way until he does. So
fine with me.
It's still fun for me. That's why I wanted 2 nights, but it's still fun for me because if everybody calls Cody, if Meltzer's out there, they're putting the straps on Cody. It makes it more intriguing for me to watch and hope that they don't let Roman lose the title belts. But anyway, we can discuss that part of it later on as we get closer to WrestleMania. Now we got to hear Walter Cruz's thoughts here. Walter, where's your little shtick super chat? Did I miss it?
No, I'll read it. I'll read it. Let me read it before he goes. Okay. He sent in $5. Much appreciated, Walter. Says, welcome to a special Saturday night review. Please like and share the video. Also subscribe. Hashtag stick to my shtick. Hashtag feel merchy. Also save off topic chat for after dark. Yes, stay on topic, everybody. We much appreciate it. Walter, go ahead.
All right. First of all, with Paul Heyman, you want to talk about, I mean, when you introduced me, you said Mr. Reliable, and the one in WWE that's Mr. Reliable is Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman has a way. It's from all his experience of owning ACW, being a main writer, commentator, everything he's done. He has a way to just direct you wherever he wants you to go and to get the story right to the audience. And he got you eating out the palm of his hand. And I did, like Mo said, I teared up on Monday. That was emotional. And you said that yesterday's promo wasn't as good, but I don't think it was supposed to be emotional. It was different because it was about Sami. So Raw and SmackDown are to Paul, and the stories are separate, so he can't have the same emotion. That's done on purpose. In terms of with The Rock, I'm disappointed too about The Rock not being there, but what Mo said makes sense with the WrestleMania 40 being in Philly, and also I think the titles are out of the picture at that point. Unless, I mean, you're really going to have them have the titles all the way to WrestleMania 40, but that's neither here nor there. If you do that with The Rock at WrestleMania 40, the titles are no longer the focus, and you tell an even bigger story because to them, their pride, so moments are very prideful. The pride and being the head of the table is the story. That would be the most important things, not the titles. So I think if you wait, that becomes more important. What's up to you?
But by that point, Roman would have already lost if the titles are out of the picture, so the match wouldn't feel as big, I don't think.
I feel like it's still big because it's a dynasty and it's passing over. You're passing the torch. That's more important than.
I mean, do we ever have a thought that is it simple? Like I'm still on this boat that Roman has it through WrestleMania. The Rock is there in Hollywood and acknowledges him. And that's all we get. There's an appearance by The Rock, acknowledges Reigns. Reigns still has the titles. He's going to, that'll let him have the Universal for 1,000 days, which I think is marketing genius. Then Cody can beat him. They can decide to have, split the titles or whatever. Cody can still be that next guy after all of this, but I don't know. I guess we have.
You had a good idea where he could beat him at SummerSlam instead of WrestleMania. You could do it. You had a good idea with that. Yeah,
we'll see.
either way, it makes sense because Rock is Hollywood, so it makes sense to do it in Hollywood, and then Rock with the whole what happened in Philadelphia. So either way you do it, it makes sense. And then Paul Heyman is the glue that holds all these stories together.
Exactly. So he's hyping up Mo. Well, I don't know, Mo's sitting there resting there, but he's hyping up the Elimination Chamber, rightfully so. Right? We got to think that's going to be a heck of a match to watch, and Sami could have a chance. That's why I wish they. Gosh, do I just wish they let one title be on the line at Elimination Chamber? Because then you might think, oh my God, could the upset happen? Could Cody come out and cost Roman? Aaron, what's your thoughts here? Heyman is still obviously, he's painted the picture for both of these feuds. He's trying to protect the business for both guys. Well done in a 1 week. Paul Heyman delivers again.
I was going to let Mo finish his thought here. And by the way, Mo, Mr. Tito showed up late, wanted to know what is up with your lighting. You're in your car, not in Laurie Strode's house, right?
No, I'm not in the Strokes house. What?
Stroke.
Strode.
Okay.
Never mind.
Never mind. That went right past me. Like, I don't know.
I got it.
I got it.
I'm thinking of Jeff Jarrett, I guess.
Aaron, I don't think Mo really had a thought there.
I'm too young for these jokes. I don't know. These are like Jeff
How
Jarrett.
old are you?
I'm 29.
I'm 24.
Wow, baby.
You still look like Braun Strowman.
All right, Aaron, over to you. Thoughts on the...
I was going to say something real quick.
Okay, well, then get to it.
Yeah, so, no, I was waiting for Aaron to give me the green light. But anyways, I agree with Virtue. If it was me, if I was Triple H, I would make Cody lose at WrestleMania, but work his way up, earn it, make the fans like really go behind him, and make him win the title at SummerSlam instead. At least not both titles, just one, and then challenge The Rock at WrestleMania for the Universal title.
Aaron,
Yeah, but
make him hold it for 1,000 days.
I
There's
think
no
you should,
bigger moment.
I mean, if
than
Roman
WrestleMania.
keeps it at WrestleMania, he's getting 1,000 days before SummerSlam.
he needs to beat San
TJS.
Martino's record. Beat San Martino's record.
Oh,
well,
crying out loud.
I highly doubt that. But all right, Aaron, there. Mo got his thoughts out.
Well,
your turn.
okay.
Yeah.
What is with people thinking Cody has not earned it? Cody tore his damn pec. He wrestled with a torn freaking pec, and then he won the Royal Rumble. He has earned it. He busted his ass in AEW, and he's done all these things, going through flaming tables, jumping off cages. Granted, that's not WWE.
It's scripted, Aaron.
Right. In kayfabe terms, I think, hell yeah, he has earned it. And he's the closest thing WWE has to a top baby face that is relatively young. He's pushing 40, but he could have a good decade in WWE on top. And I still think he's beating Roman Reigns for both titles at WrestleMania. I would have liked my idea.
$4.
I mean, that's what I'm leaning towards right now. But we still have about 6 weeks, well, maybe 7 weeks until WrestleMania. Plenty of time to see how things play out. But if Cody wins, he has so many people he can feud with for the title. Randy Orton can come back. Matt Riddle can come back as a heel and feud with Cody Rhodes. Gunther could maybe be drafted to Raw and challenge Cody Rhodes. There's a lot of possibilities. With Roman Reigns, he retains, then what? Yeah, you could keep Cody as the champion or as the challenger for SummerSlam, but like Roman has practically beaten everybody there is to beat. Who else? If not Cody, who beats Roman Reigns for the title? TJS.
I was going to say you could do Reigns Lesnar again.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Bingo. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. You got it. That's exactly what they can do.
I honestly think if he never got injured, he was planned to win the Money in the Bank and then face Roman. That's probably what would have happened if he didn't get injured and had to come back at the Rumble.
I just think that it makes more sense for Cody to win because you have fresh matches that you can do with Cody as champion.
Yeah, but he's going to get booed the next on Raw.
Not necessarily. We'll see what happens at Elimination Chamber. I think that WWE has a good game plan here. And I think once Jey Uso turns against Sami Zayn, people are going to want to see that. They're going to want to see the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now, Building Nexus sent in a $2 super chat and said, how does Jey Uso rejoin the Bloodline if not at Elimination Chamber? So that's one of the big question marks. Is Jey Uso going to be there? Can he not get into Canada like Jimmy? We'll find out. Time will tell. But they could always do an angle on the SmackDown after Elimination Chamber. Maybe they do a tag team match and Jey double crosses Sami Zayn. Maybe Sami gets a rematch on TV against Roman Reigns. He gets screwed over by Solo Sikoa at Elimination Chamber. But I definitely think that Jey will do something to cost Sami Zayn a major opportunity, either at Elimination Chamber or the SmackDown after it. That's what I'm thinking at this point.
I thought they said he wasn't going to be there. They told him to watch it at home. Isn't that what Paul Heyman said?
Well, that's what
for SmackDown. That's for SmackDown. But of course, Elimination Chamber also in Montreal, so the same rules could apply. That could be a way to write off both guys from the Montreal shows.
Jay's not going to listen anyway because he's not really, he's not really with the Bloodline right now. So he could show up anyway. Roman could be like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And then Jay could hit Sami with the super kick. 1, 2, 3.
There you go. What about Jey beating Roman Reigns? Somebody, Sean Garner,
they did
brought that
say
up.
that Jay is going to get a monster push after WrestleMania.
He could be.
Who said that?
It was like the rumors on what. I don't want to name drop anyone. I don't want to.
Go ahead, name drop. Name drop.
They all.
What cultaholic? Sean's entertainment.
5 ways that Jey Uso might defeat Sami Zayn. Major shocking developments.
Aaron,
yeah, they're very trustworthy.
I still watch your CM Punk video to this day. Do you know what I'm talking about? The CM Punk parody video of them. 10 ways CM Punk.
Yeah. Here's an idea. What if you don't have Jey rejoin the Bloodline and you save that story for after WrestleMania? Then you'll keep the.
We're getting ahead of ourselves because it's not WrestleMania discussion time yet. But like, easily there's a story for right after WrestleMania by having the Usos lose all the tag gold to KO and Sami Zayn, but Roman keeps the titles. That is so much Bloodline material where Roman's like, "What did you guys all do when I'm still out here holding everything together?" And you
Virtue's so right.
And you can still have Cody chase. Look, I want Cody Rhodes to be the one to dethrone Reigns, just not at WrestleMania. But nonetheless, thank you, Paul Heyman, for setting this up for both guys. Right, Aaron? He did it again. That's what this topic was about. Paul Heyman's
a boss.
Again.
He is one of the GOATs, and he should be in the Hall of Fame just for that promo on Raw alone.
I got one, Virtue. Hold on.
Aaron, was there a $2 super chat or anything else that came in? I thought I saw earlier. Okay,
I got to it. It was about Jey Uso.
All right, Virtue. It's not $100, but how about this? I'll get you. What system you got? Switch, right?
Yeah.
I'll get you any game you want if Roman doesn't win. If Roman wins, like you say, because I think Cody's gonna win, I'll bet you that I'll get any game you want for the Switch and send it to you, like you did for me for one of the contests.
But what happens if Roman loses? This nothing. You don't have to get. Wait, what?
Nobody gets the titles. Whatever you want, we could talk off camera about whatever your side.
I mean, if it's a win-win for me, I'm all for that. I mean, I'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, Virtue has to put up something.
Yeah,
but I think because Roman Reigns is considered the underdog by the betting odds, then Virtue doesn't have to put up as much. He can put up like $25 or something like that. They even
have those odds yet out there? Like
there's already odds.
It doesn't have to be money. It could be like the video game, like we said, or something.
All right,
there's already betting odds. Yeah, there's already betting odds, and Roman Reigns is the underdog right now. So you guys could do a bet, but it would have to be in relation to the betting odds. So the person that's betting for Roman Reigns to win gets more if Roman Reigns wins, which would be Virtue in this case.
I don't want Roman to lose at WrestleMania. I want to milk this just a little bit longer, because if you wait until SummerSlam, when Cody finally wins, it's going to be very rewarding. I don't want all the Bloodline to lose at WrestleMania. Have the Usos lose. Give them.
Look, Mo. The moles within WWE have leaked the news that Cody has the momentum, so the Meltzers can spew the venom, and the marks, like the marks in our chat tonight, that tell me Cody's winning the titles, they're all led to believe that, and then boom, Roman retains and gets booed out of the building, top heel in the game. We're going to talk about that later. All right, is everybody content on this Paul Heyman promo discussion so we can move on? Yes, Aaron.
Yes, let's move
Paul
on.
Heyman is great. Building Nexus sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, should WWE mention the Elite in the match buildup?
What would they say?
I mean, I would like it. I would like it, but I don't
Course.
think they're going to.
But what would they even say?
They could make some kind of inside reference.
If it's
I
a
suppose,
jab,
but-
if it's a jab or something.
Nah, let it
yeah,
go.
I mean, I doubt they're gonna mention the Elite. If they were going to, they would have at this point. But I say they should. I think honestly, I think Roman Reigns should go out there when he does his promo with Cody Rhodes. You know that'll happen, and he should say at WrestleMania, "I'm going to beat you so bad you have to go back begging to Tony Khan for your old job back." He should name drop Tony Khan. Don't have to say AEW or the Elite.
Make it, because that would be
awesome.
Making AEW seem lesser.
Second rate.
Yeah. Yes.
Which
I
they
agree with
are.
that. So
yeah.
All right, gentlemen, are we ready to move on? Because this next topic is just hot. No,
Hot.
Filler. The demise of, I can't even really say it. Like, I want to laugh like TJS, like giggles when the demise of Baron Corbin, the whole JBL thing. And it's not like they just separated them, and whether they repackaged Corbin or send maybe Corbin down to NXT like they do with some main roster stars. They buried him with JBL, like polished turd. And like, I wonder if Corbin pissed somebody off. And he was kind of doing so well with the bum gimmick. I wish they would go back to that. I felt they never did that long enough. Corbin was at his most entertaining during that stretch, and then it's like they ended it too quick because they had an idea of this happy thing. TJS, what's your thoughts here? Like, poor Corbin, because he actually had a solid little gimmick with the bum, and they took that away from him.
Yeah, I mean this. So actually, I do not remember. Was Vince still in charge when he was paired up with JBL?
Yes,
He was. Oh, okay.
Or
No.
wait, was it?
No, not JBL. No.
It was
Really?
like October.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a Triple H move. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this bum.
Like Tito's going to say a failed Triple H move. So I said it for him.
Of course, he will.
Well, I mean, the Baron Corbin bum ass Corbin thing was awesome, like you said, Virtue. Super entertaining. Don't know why they got rid of it. Then they went to Happy Corbin. That was terrible. But Aaron said at first that this never works when you just put a guy with another old timer like Ric Flair and AJ Styles or Abyss and Hulk Hogan. It never works. You just try to turn them into a carbon copy, and it flops every time. And it flopped here. I don't know. The modern day wrestling, it was dumb. And I mean, I don't really know where Corbin goes from here. They need to bring him back to badass Baron Corbin. Put him in the Judgment Day or something. Then he could maybe be taken seriously. I don't know. But I'm just glad that this gimmick has been dropped. But, I mean, what's next? What else can you do with this guy? He's feeling like Lacey Evans at this point.
Ooh.
Or
well,
Shayna
Great.
Baszler.
He's going to come back with Sergeant Slaughter's gimmick then.
Oh, God. Yeah, I
Sergeant
don't know.
Corbin. He's going to go
Yeah.
into the military and get some basic training and come out there in the camouflage and start calling people puke.
They're going to pair him up with Jesse Ventura next. And he's going to be a Navy SEALs.
There you go. Navy SEAL.
Poor Corbin. Maybe, I mean, I don't even know if they went back to the bum-ass gimmick that it would work because, like, the momentum's not there anymore. Walter Cruz, what do you think?
I think if they go back to bum ass Baron, it's kind of admitting that you failed the experiment. Like it's kind of like making it obvious that you did that. So I don't know what to do with this guy. I mean, he's a Golden Glove boxer. He's legit a badass. Just let him be himself. Like let him come up with something. You get Bray Wyatt creative freedom. Get Baron Corbin creative freedom. Maybe he has something, or make him like I don't know. He likes fedora hats. Make him some kind of jackass with that. I mean,
Wait,
I don't know.
Jackass Corbin.
I'm not sure if I heard you properly. You said Golden Globe?
Gloves. Golden gloves.
Okay, I thought I heard you say Golden Globe, but maybe I'm
I heard that
mishearing.
Maybe I did, but he's a Golden Gloves. He's a robot.
Well, there you
He's
go.
a
That
legit
could be his new
badass.
gimmick. He
Yeah.
could become an actor. He could say, I'm going to be like John Cena and The Rock. And we see Baron Corbin at the Hollywood studios, and he is going to become a Golden Globe winner.
Aaron,
You
There you
knows,
go.
right?
That's his new gimmick.
They're gonna watch this. They're gonna watch this.
Dude, he's gonna end up in NXT for a little program with somebody. That's what's gonna happen. But
That'll be nice. You got to do something with him, and I have no idea. The bum ass, it worked, but I think it only worked because Pat McAfee was the commentator and put it over. If you did that now without Pat McAfee there, it won't work the same. Pat McAfee really
like,
put Baron Corbin over.
Off topic here, but people talk about, Excalibur should have been announcer of the year, not Pat McAfee. And I'm like, dude, Pat McAfee got bum ass Corbin over. Pat McAfee got Rick Boogs over and got Nakamura over again. Pat McAfee elevates the talent. Excalibur is really good at calling moves, but that doesn't necessarily translate to getting people over. There you go.
And Pat McAfee keeps saying the Banger Bros, even though they said not to.
Yeah,
he just kept saying it.
Here's an idea: make Pat McAfee his manager. If you don't want to mess with the commentator team, there you go. Maybe he'll get it over. He will find a way. Damn it, you know Pat McAfee.
Now wait a minute.
Well, yes.
Virtue, you sent in $2, so I have to read this real quick. He says, TJS, giggle for us.
Keep laughing. Come on, do it. Doesn't he sound like a puppet on Bray Wyatt's show?
Oh man,
Sounds like one of the Bray Wyatt puppets.
I wasn't expecting that.
We need the toilet. We need the toilet flush sound too.
I got nothing.
Best $2 super
I
chat
was
ever.
not expecting. That caught me off guard.
Are you gonna be able to keep a straight face with all the rest of the show?
I told you guys this is gonna be a good video. I told you.
Oh, no.
That giggling might hit the YouTube algorithm late in the show here. Maybe it'll help us out. All right. Mo, maybe you can get your thoughts out here in between the giggles of TJS. I don't know. Thoughts on the whole Baron Corbin's demise.
Man, the guy's a loser, man. Like, just team him up with Karrion Kross because they're both losers. Throw Shayna Baszler in there too because they all look the same.
Holy shit!
Like Corbin, if you're watching this, which you're probably not because we're not what culture. But hey, if you're watching this, go to Turkey, get a hair transplant, grow your hair out again, and come back with the lone wolf gimmick because that was decent at best. But I don't know what you want to tell you, Corbin. Like you suck. like end of days. That's it. Your whole career is just end of days. That's it. I can't point out another good thing about you.
The music was
hey,
cool
you never
when
know.
Jim Johnston composed it.
You never know who watches us because Dustin Reynolds admitted to me that he watches us.
Yeah, ever since he took that L with John, I think John Cena buried him. When he cashed, he buried him back.
Like, here's the thing, Mo, though, with Corbin. Failed is a main eventer or a big star. But, like, when he's been working for them full time for quite a while. He was in NXT for a couple of years, and he's been there for a long time. There's been wrestlers that have come and gone in less than 2 years. Corbin still is employed by them. So that's why I think that they're going to repurpose him for something. And if it's NXT, it's NXT. And
he's like Vicky Guerrero. They need someone for cheap heat.
There you go.
Yeah. Tyler.
TJS.
Yeah, I got something. So here's what you do. You do Baron Corbin, and you partner up with Shayna Baszler, but rename her to Sharon Corbin since they look so similar. They can be twins. That's the new gimmick. Sharon and Baron Corbin.
Sharon and Baron. Tito said he's been on the main since 2017.
Dumb and Dumber, pretty much.
Is that main roster for Corbin since 2017? I mean, that's 6 years, and I don't think he's really ever had
roster.
He's never really had time off. 6 years straight in WWE. That's a good run. even if he's never been any big star, like, you know,
Or turn him
I don't know.
babyface. Let's change it up a little bit. Maybe he's been a heel for so long. Maybe
Hell no, I don't want to cheer for his ass. Leave him.
If you
call him
have, and here's the thing,
cheerleader Corbin.
if you had the right writing team involved, bookers, and Triple H is supposed to be this guy that's open for different things, you can make people relevant, even if they're not a main event level, but where people at least care about seeing their match or segments on TV. And I feel like if Corbin could benefit from that, the whole JBL thing, I just had that feeling that wasn't going to work from the very beginning. I mean, the first time we really saw JBL with him, people weren't talking about Corbin. They were talking about JBL's baggy clothes.
Yeah.
So,
like, you know what I mean? And it was just a disaster.
It was doomed for failure.
Yes.
So
every time he said modern day, I always wanted to go Maharaja. Like, look, it didn't even go with it. Like, every time he opened his mouth to say the modern day, I finished it and went Maharaja.
I mean, even with Jinder's still working with them doing stuff. Like, he's hurt a lot, but it's just funny. Some of these guys that are not big stars are, I mean, Jinder was the WWE champion, and they're still with the company. It's just, it's amazing how WWE's kept certain guys. Now, we know Jinder was released and brought back, like McIntyre, and there's a whole bunch of people like that, but just very, very weird. But
him and Chelsea Green can do Ken and Karen. I don't know, do something, man.
You could team him up with Jinder Mahal and call Jinder Mahal Jinder Surprise, like Kinder Surprise. Like, I don't know.
All right, yes.
Why is it that? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do we need to cap this off with JBL versus Corbin in a match?
I don't think JBL is going to be wrestling or doing anything.
JBL should be nowhere near a television show ever again, as far as I'm concerned.
I
think. Go ahead.
Why is it that, like, all right, we start with Vince. Vince used to have orgasms over these big dudes and they don't know what to do with them. Ryback, you messed them up. You didn't know what to do with Big Show. You don't know. It's like all these huge people, Baron Corbin, and you don't know what the hell to do with them.
It's the problem with Corbin. Like Corbin's, if you watch his matches and stuff. And he, his move set, the power moves he does, he's not like that bad. Especially if he's paired up with the right wrestler, the matches aren't boring. He just never, other than the bum thing, which was short-lived, he never had a believable gimmick or character. Not even the Lone Wolf. Like, it just didn't, he needed to be part of a gimmick or something. And it's just a shame. Aaron, what would you like to add before we move on to the main event?
Not much. I think that Baron Corbin needs to either go back to the Lone Wolf gimmick or revamp it, change it up a little bit, or be bum-ass Corbin again. But either way, I'm pretty much over him at this point. It's getting to be like Lacey Evans, as we mentioned, where it's just time after time they're trying something different with the guy. Nothing's working, and I think he's gone as far as he's going to go at this point. But you know what? If the dude is happy, he's making money, then more power to him. But let's face it, if WWE cut him tomorrow, AEW is not signing him. I don't know if anybody would sign him. No way.
Why wouldn't
He's not a work rate guy. He's not a work rate guy. They're not going to sign him. They didn't sign Eric Rowan.
He might be Triple H's first cut. He might be the first cut of Triple H's era. He really might
never
be.
know. And the fact that the music was what got him over for me. Like, I thought he had some badass music. Jim Johnston's last composition in WWE. That was like the one thing he had going for him. And then he lost that. He lost his hair. He lost his music. And then they started the really lousy gimmicks with him, like being and there's a yawn from TJS. We knew that was coming. I thought you took a nap before we went live.
So did I.
So wait a minute. But I do think that TNA would pick up Corbin.
I don't think he'd go there.
He would be Impact World Champion.
Yeah, I feel like he would just lay low and hope that WWE would rehire him, kind of like Braun Strowman.
All right, well, we'll see what happens with Baron Corbin, but we must move on. Aaron, yeah.
All right, so Virtue wanted to make a special request here to get some more giggles out of Tyler the Toilet, TJS.
What was that one?
Tyler the Toilet. So where is that picture?
Now Aaron didn't have it ready. I thought that it was like right there as one of his
now
pictures.
we need the Walter Cruz Paul Heyman picture now. from the
Walter
replay.
Cruz, Paul Heyman picture.
So while Aaron is
From
looking
last night.
for the infamous Big G AEW Jeff Jarrett's debut photo.
Did I lose it?
No,
Oh, no.
Wow, we might. Oh no.
no.
We are
I
going to
think
move
I
on to the
lost
main
it.
event. And the main event.
I've
Who
been
is
waiting
the
for this
best
one.
heel? The best heel. I think it's time for this true discussion now. The best heel in wrestling today. And you know the top two candidates, Roman Reigns, MJF, and they're both champions of their respective promotions. And boy, do I have a case for one guy over the other here. If you asked a year ago, 2 years ago especially, MJF, it's your heel work is great. MJF, hands down. Roman Reigns, yeah, you're okay as a heel, but people still like you. I got to think that the whole Sami Zayn thing, this whole bloodline thing lately, has given Roman Reigns the opportunity to be neck and neck with MJF as the best heel today. Or is there somebody else out there? So before I give my spiel, Walter Cruz, I'll start with you.
All right, thanks for starting with me. I was looking forward to this.
Aaron
You
really
can see
didn't
what's
find that photo, huh?
I think it's
You can
gone.
see
Somebody's
what's-
going to need to send it to me via Facebook.
Uh-oh. You can
Where
see what
is it?
shirt I got on,
Let
so
me
you
see.
know where I'm going to go.
Do I
with
get a
this.
refund if you can't find it?
Yeah.
It's funny I did that super chat. Now you can't find it. But all right, Walter Cruz, the king of the heels in 2023.
Okay. So MJF, great mic work, great skills, great in-ring, hell of a heel, can do a lot. But what else has he done? He is getting a little boring. That promo Wednesday where you had to do the little icky Katie Vick style type, that gave me Katie Vick vibes, and I can't unsee it now. And the whole fact that you go that, you take that away, and then it's like he almost can't do it without cursing. Like, he's lucky that he signed to AEW and he's on TNT where they give you a little more room to curse. I know lately they've been saying cut it down, but like if you couldn't say a-hole or the S word, I'm trying not to get demonetized for Aaron, so I'm trying to watch my own mouth. But if you couldn't say all that, MJF wouldn't be as hot as he is. And then the last point is MJF has risen. He made his own stock rise. But he can't do it to no one else. Like Roman Reigns, I say, is the king because of Roman Reigns, Sami's Zayn's stock has rise. Jey Uso, remember main event Jey Uso? He rose his stock. The Usos together, stock got raised. Paul Heyman, even though he was already a great manager, he was almost off TV. I think if it wasn't for Bloodline, he might be off TV and backstage doing something. So he made all these people's stock rise, and now it's like Roman Reigns has become up there with the greats of John Cena, The Rock, all these people you compare him to, and it's like no one can beat him. Like, who else would they give a 2-year reign to?
And
MJF looks beatable. Roman Reigns doesn't. At any day and time, you can see somebody beating MJF. You can see Wardlow beating him. You can see different people actually beat him. Besides this whole Cody thing and Sami, who the hell can beat Roman Reigns? So I think Roman Reigns is the king of the heels right there.
The question was, who's the best heel, not who's the most dominant character in the company or dominant champion.
Well, he's still the greatest heel. It's not about the championship. It's that he can make other people's stock rise. MJF is only making himself rise. To be a heel, you need that partner, that dance partner. Wrestling's all about that other dance partner, and MJF isn't doing it. Like, his mic skills are awesome, and I give him all the credit in the world, but he's getting stale now. Roman Reigns has been on top, and when he was a face, we got tired of him, right? As a heel, no one's saying get him off the TV and all that stuff they used to say about him. You're tired of him winning and getting pushed in our faces. No one has said that since he went heel.
Walter, so I like MJF as a heel. And I know for a lot of reasons why people hate it. Like, when I see MJF, you could make him so much like the Brian Pillman, what he never had the platform to do, just a little ECW thing when he went to WWE, where you just tell off the fans. But the problem with MJF is he has Tony Khan booking him. The reason why I got it, obviously, you know I'm going to say Roman Reigns. TJS, I'll come to you next. I wanted to make a case for MJF because in a CM Punk way, he could be that top heel in the business, but I just feel it's deflated because Tony Khan, and MJF has to resort to, saying things like this, like maybe that's, that isn't the truth, and he's digging to be like that heel, like what he said in his promo this past week. Roman Reigns is not facing, as far as we know, and it won't happen, The Rock at WrestleMania this year, okay? He's facing Cody Rhodes. And in Hollywood, there's over 100,000 tickets sold combined for both nights with no big veteran build on the card officially yet. Roman Reigns is carrying, and yes, it's the WrestleMania that sells itself or whatever. Roman has proven that his heel work makes people want to see, at the very least, him lose to whoever challenges him. Like, and the momentum's with Cody now. That's why Roman's the best heel, in my opinion, over MJF, where a year ago it might have been hard to say that because people want to see, they want to pay to see Roman Reigns. That's what a top heel is supposed to do. TJS.
Yep. I agree with you. I'm not really that impressed with MJF, to be honest with you.
Wow, I'm very shocked with that. Even the chat, I'm just shocked that MJF has kind of fallen here.
He reminds me of a backyard wrestler because he just goes out there and says a bunch of expletives and says, "Oh, I'll do your girlfriend." I don't know. With MJF, he reminds me of he's definitely like a little shit. But Roman Reigns is like the big bad bully of the yard. No one's gonna mess with him, and if they do, they're gonna get their ass whooped by his whole gang. And I think ever since Roman beat Undertaker at WrestleMania and came out the next night on Raw and said, "This is my yard now," I think that Roman's been at the top. The nuclear heat that he got that night, and now he sent Daniel Bryan out of WWE in storyline. He's beating up Sami Zayn, breaking our hearts. I think it's a no contest. I think Roman is far and away the much better heel here. Because even in his matches, he talks trash throughout the whole match, and he's not doing any of the flips or anything. We saw MJF do a flip on Dynamite. Roman Reigns doesn't do anything flashy. He just beats your ass, and he talks crap while he does it. And like I said, big bad bully of the yard. I don't think anyone can touch him.
Do you think, TJS, that MJF had that feud with CM Punk? Do you think he again? I go back to Tony Khan booking, the way he danced with Chris Jericho, cooperative, you know what I mean? It's funny as a SNL skit type segment that was. It didn't click with me like the Festival of Friendship with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I don't want to put the blame that MJF is not able to hold that head to head against Roman as a top heel today. I want to blame Tony Khan for having a guy that could have been that in that discussion, and for a very long time was, until because we got to remember, it was hard for us to consider Reigns a heel up until the last year, because even with the Bloodline, how it started, because people loved seeing the different Reigns. He was getting cheered. People loved acknowledging him. Now with the Sami Zayn stuff, he's getting FU Roman chants. He's getting booed out of the building. He's grown into being the top heel. A year ago, I said MJF was a top heel, and he was. Roman earned it. And you can maybe give praise to the people he's booked against. Sami Zayn, I don't know. Mo Camera, I don't want to keep you on the shelf for too long. What do you think here?
All right, I'm curious about his thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's who I was waiting to hear from.
I kind of put him on the spot here. I kind of
knew it was coming.
I kind of disagree a little. I just want to
spill it.
Basically say that Roman has a team. He has a supporting cast. Like you said, he has Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Paul Heyman. He has a machine behind him. MJF doesn't have a faction with him, so he has to go out there and cut promos from the hip for 30 minutes straight. He has to hold people's attention span, while Roman is given scripts. He goes out there, he says a few lines, and Paul Heyman will say the rest. So it's kind of like you have to take your bias out of the equation. Like if you hate AEW for whatever reason, I don't hate them anymore. I forgave the Elite for what they did. I forgave Cowboy for what he did.
Have you forgiven CM Punk?
Pardon?
Have you forgiven CM Punk too?
No, I've always liked CM Punk.
Okay.
I feel like both parties have forgiven each other, but yeah, like MJ, like okay, when you talk about heels, promo for promo, MJF can cut better promos. He's more articulate with his words. He's more off the dome. He has to go out there and cut 20-30 minute promos. He articulates his words very well. He has a gift of gab. I'm not taking anything away from Roman, but I just can't see Roman going out there and doing a 20-30 minute promo, especially without a script. I feel like his match with Takeshita was amazing. He showed us that he's versatile. He can do the flips whenever he wants to. I just don't see that when it comes to innovation. I don't see that in Roman Reigns' matches, but with MJF, you can see that he's versatile. You know what I mean? And I know Virtue, he's probably like, oh no, you're wrong. I'm just being completely unbiased here from what I see on television. I feel like MJF
what's your like? Is MJF the king of the heels?
Okay, when you
see, so you can't go on that whole diatribe and then tell me you're picking Roman Reigns.
No, I'm talking about just promo for promo. I feel like MJF is more articulate.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying.
Yes, okay, you're talking about the promo, but we're still. Who is the king of the heels? I mean, nobody's mentioned anybody else.
I'm more invested with the Bloodline story because of the supporting cast, because of Sami Zayn, because of Jimmy, because the small little storylines are going around Roman is what's making me invested.
Who's the sun in that solar system, though?
What's that?
Who is the sun in that solar system?
Who is the sun?
Roman, the sun, S-U-N. Who is
Roman?
the sun? It's Roman Reigns.
Yeah, but he has a team, Virtue. MJF doesn't even have a faction anymore, so you got to give him a little bit of credit for that.
So what's your answer?
I'm saying I'm more entertained with the Bloodline story.
So who's the king of the heels?
Fill in the blank. The king of the hills is...
He just said it. He said Roman.
Roman Reigns, but he has more advantages.
God, you made me like run around the pool a couple times there before I jumped in.
This is
I
like
just wanted to give a nice explanation.
But this is
okay. I get it though. You're giving MJF credit. You like his ring work better.
No, not necessarily ring work.
But whatever. And then you like his promos better, but you're still giving it to Roman because of the aura, the essence that he brings, the fact that he's headlining WrestleMania. And 100,000 plus tickets sold. And he's not even billed against The Rock.
MJF lost a lot of momentum because you took him off TV for too long. After he did that great promo,
that's a good point.
You took him off TV for a little too long, and it like heel momentum. And you talk about the king. I think Bryan Danielson's Planet heel is better than MJF.
And please, NoDQ Galaxy, because I don't like doing this stuff. Please, if you're out there and you want to take the link to this video and tweet it, and everybody who wants to do it, don't tag Roman because he ain't looking at that stuff. But I think MJF is one of those guys that does like to see what's said about him on the internet. Go ahead and tag the hell out of MJF because I want to see him.
Yeah.
I really think about it. He could like take this personally. He could be like, what are these people smoking these marks? All right.
Go, Aaron. Hold on. Let Aaron go before he loses his train of thought.
Yeah.
Well, I have a few things to say about this, but let me get to
on
the
the board.
chats. Mr. Tito sent in $2. Thank you, Tito Jackson. He says Roman Reigns is wrestling's equivalent of Marvel's Thanos. I don't know who that is, but I presume
that's a good comparison. That's a good comparison.
Yep.
And Virtue, to this day, I still watch the promo with CM Punk and MJF. Like, come on, you got to give him some credit here. Like, I don't know.
We gave him credit. I gave him a hell of a lot of credit. But the answer to the question is still Roman Reigns.
Look, I feel like
promo was classic.
I thought for sure you were going to say MJF after that spiel. I really did. I was shocked.
You know,
that just gives me I'm glad you said Roman.
I think that what really hurt MJF is that he did not get to beat CM Punk. That he was going to,
Yeah.
and then he just did. I think that really
Valid
hurt him.
point. Valid
Yeah,
point.
All right, Aaron, back over to you.
Okay. Michael sent in a $2 super chat. Says MJF isn't as physically intimidating as Roman Reigns is. Well, few are. Roman Reigns is a former football player, and MJF played football too. Not quite as tall as Roman Reigns, but yeah, Roman Reigns has a very intimidating look to him, but it's not about that. I guess it is in a way, but being a heel is more than just looking intimidating. It's also playing the part of being a heel and getting the people to want to see you get your ass kicked.
Yeah,
TJS?
something else. I was going to say something else. Is you could argue that that MJF is even more of a heel since he's just a slimy little shit that you want to beat up, but you can't get to him. That's why he
chicken
needs
shit heel.
Yes, chicken shit.
And Reigns is more like the cool heel, and
look,
MJF is more of the heel you want to smack in the face.
Yeah,
like the Miz.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see here. The Anime Gen 2.0 sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. Says MJF has been lackluster as champion. So I'll answer that real quick here. The problem is that they've taken so much time between the pay-per-views, and there was really no feud for MJF in between. So this Bryan Danielson storyline has played out for a longer period of time than it needed to. The William Regal attack happened in November. That match should have been done in December. Like, you had the heat then, and now it's kind of cooled off a little bit. They've done this storyline where Bryan has to wrestle all these guys. We know Bryan's winning all the matches. So it's not so much MJF has been lackluster as champion. It's just the build-up for the Bryan Danielson match has been stretched out longer than it needed to be, and I think that hurt the storyline a bit. And to answer Calvin Bowman, he's not winning. Bryan's not winning the title. TJS?
I have literally stopped watching Dynamite at this point. I mean, I'll buy the pay-per-view, but I don't watch Dynamite anymore since Punk.
Why not watch the clips? Like, it doesn't hurt.
I guess.
I agree with Aaron. It's more the booking. It's not that he's not a good champion. You should have had him run through some opponents, though. You should have had him beat Wardlow. You should have had him take Wardlow off the TV instead of Samoa Joe. You should have had, or whoever cut his hair. Was it Samoa Joe? Yeah. You should have had him run through some real credible opponents and then give him to Bryan. Not make Bryan do this weird tournament.
Here's what they're doing with The Miz, or should I say MJF?
Same thing.
He's basically AEW's version of The Miz, except he's more extreme. And
a less
honestly,
Miz.
I think he's a better promo than The Miz. I think MJF is a great promo. He proved it when he went out there in Los Angeles. Now, here's the problem. I think in 2021, 2022, MJF was on a roll as a heel. And I think he was close to Roman Reigns' level. Now, Roman Reigns, WWE champion of the top promotion in the world. He is going out there and he is smashing people. Sometimes there's outside interference, but as people have pointed out in the chat room, Roman Reigns is the final boss. MJF is basically AEW's Miz, essentially a chicken shit heel, a guy who goes out there, talks a lot of trash, but cuts all the corners to win matches. Yeah. So because of that, he's not the most dominant heel. MJF, though, can talk, and he can get people pissed off. He pushes the envelope, and he gets wrestling. The guy really gets it. He went out there, and I was so impressed with that promo. He used a little bit of Ric Flair in his promo. He used a little bit of Shane Douglas in his promo. Like, MJF just knows what he's doing on the mic. The problem is that it turned him babyface. Everybody loved MJF at that point. He got a standing ovation at the end of that promo.
Which promo are you talking about?
The one at the Forum. June.
The 1st. One that they called the pipe bomb, right?
The Fire Me 20 bomb?
Yes.
Fire Me. Okay. Yeah.
Do you think that's the reason they took him off? I know they were selling the whole storyline about the contract, but maybe they felt like, they're going to start cheering him. Let's take him off TV a little bit. But it had the opposite effect and made you miss him more. I don't know.
The plan was to do MJF versus CM Punk.
Yep.
And then all that shit went down with CM Punk, which I definitely think hurt MJF's momentum. And that's not his fault. That's not even Tony Khan's fault. You know, that's the situation. Well, maybe Tony Khan needs to get his house in order. Maybe this could have been prevented with CM Punk, but yeah.
Punk should have been in discussion for one of the top heels by this point if he was booked right by Tony Khan. And he's not even around. And it's just...
Well, everybody was waiting. Everybody was waiting for that heel Punk to emerge, and we never got it. So there's so much that could have been done there. I think they could have even done a double turn with MJF and CM Punk. But Mo, go ahead.
That would have worked.
I still think that CM Punk will return because now that Tony Khan's back is against the wall.
Because What Culture reported it?
No. No more plugs.
It was reason number 7 that you just could not believe.
I think that he will return because Tony Khan's back is against the wall. He sees that WWE is doing well, especially under the Triple H regime. So he has no choice but to call up CM Punk and be like, "Come back. We're gonna pair you up with the Revival to go against the Elite at the next pay-per-view." That's gonna draw a lot of money and stuff like that. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Oh, I don't know if you guys seen that list that MJ had. That list, I think it was on Twitter. He was writing all the baby faces, and the last person was Castagnoli. So he might drop the title to Castagnoli a year from now, because he was foreshadowing all the people that he was gonna face this year. I don't know if you know if you guys seen that picture of.
You think they're gonna give him a year-long title run?
Yeah.
I don't think Cesaro is not going to beat anyone for a world title.
I don't think so. Cesaro.
I don't know about giving MJF an entire year. I just feel like MJF is the Vega of AEW, and then Roman Reigns is M. Bison. He's just
Cesaro is.
The thing is, too, MJF, and you could say this about anybody, he's been basically doing the same character now on television for 4 years, since 2019, and he was doing that same character on the indies. At the end of the day, you do have to evolve the character and change it, and I feel like last year, late 2022, when they were doing the teases of him as a babyface, I know people were saying MJF as a babyface will never work, but the people were cheering the guy, and I think you have to go with what the audience wants, and I feel like AEW has kind of been fighting the audience a little bit, even though Tony Khan says he listens to the fans and, you know, tries to give them the fan-friendly product. But like Wardlow, red hot. What's going on with him right now? And you look at FTR, like they were red hot, and they're struggling to get on TV despite holding 3 tag team championships at the same time. They never did the Young Bucks rematch. Well, Keith Lee, yeah, they're doing the storyline where he's injured right now from Swerve Strickland.
MJF has the opposite Cena issue.
MJF, I think he could have worked as a babyface. I think he's talented enough. He could have pulled it off. And you have to take chances. You can't just rely on the same thing forever. Now, with Roman Reigns, yeah, it was starting to get a little stale after a while in 2022, but then the Sami Zayn storyline really kicked that back into high gear. And Royal Rumble, like, excellent angle. I mean, nothing can touch it. And yeah, the crowd was chanting F you Roman at the end. And when do you hear a chant like that on a WWE show? Like, that was powerful, man. They got Roman over as a heel. That is effective storytelling. So right now, February 2023, it's Roman Reigns, no question.
That's nuclear heat right there.
Yeah, I figure it was worth a discussion. It was worth a discussion on this Saturday night main event. You know, I know it's not a normal time and people are probably doing stuff, but, you know, we had our main posse here tonight sharing this with us. Does anybody else have anything to say before we go around and finally do our plugs?
I was just going to say MJF has the opposite Cena problem. Like, everybody wanted Cena to turn heel, and Vince was hard-headed, wouldn't do it. It's like everybody wants MJF to be a face, and Tony Khan don't want to do it.
That's a great point. MJF is like the reverse John Cena. Like, people want to cheer the guy because he can talk, man. You feel that emotion with MJF. Like, he can get you sucked in for good or bad, getting you to cheer or boo. But like I said, when that crowd was booing him in Los Angeles, and by the end of it, he got them to give him a standing ovation. Like, how many guys can do that? Very few. Very few.
Yep. Missed opportunity. All right, gentlemen. A great show. You know how this works. Maybe we'll get out of here. Maybe we won't. And it's a little thing called After Dark. Mo, you're already almost in the dark there in your vehicle. Go ahead and do your stuff first.
Oh, wait.
Thanks
before we get to that,
Okay.
Building Nexus sent in a $2 super chat. So I guess we're on the After Dark now. I do not believe this has been announced. Thoughts on WWE signing Switchblade? I know he lost that New Japan match, so he's out, and he's a free agent now. But I don't believe there's been any news regarding any company signing him. Oh yeah, probably What Culture. Now I don't know who reported that. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think WWE or AEW? We'll go around. Walter, where should he go?
I think he should be temporary and go to every company he wants. Temporary contracts.
Virtue, where should he go?
And do everywhere.
I think he's a talent that can be unleashed because this guy can talk. He can rile up fans. And he's pretty damn good in the ring. And I know not many people in the States know about him other than the diehards. I'd like to see him in WWE. I just have that feeling it's going to be AEW.
All right. What do you think, Mo Camera?
To be honest, I don't know who that is, so I don't have
You
no
will.
say.
Well,
You
there
will.
you go.
You will.
And TJS, do you know who he is?
Yeah, I do. Who is he married to? Is it a wrestler?
I don't.
Tony
know.
Storm? Or no, that's Juice Robinson.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he's probably going to end up in AEW, just because
Yeah.
that's where he fits in. I think.
Yeah, I'm tending to agree with you on that
It's
one.
not. Yeah, he's not AJ Styles. He can't just come to WWE and.
Virtue, we were talking about records earlier, title records, and Michael sent in a $2 super chat. He says, does Gunther beat the Honky Tonk Man's record, which I think is coming up pretty soon?
Sure,
again,
yeah,
I said this on my other stream. Like, I think it depends on.
I asked the question. It was my question.
Oh yeah. So, I don't know if it's going to be Sheamus and Drew McIntyre versus Gunther, but yeah, I'd like to see it happen. I'd be down with it unless somebody comes along, right person, right time to beat him. Then I would say
I
no,
like
but
longer
otherwise,
title
I would
reigns,
say-
Aaron, because they make the title seem more legit, and then the person that wins them, if booked right, it could help them out more. I like long title reigns, so why not?
But do you think it has the opposite effect that when somebody wins, all of a sudden, now if they don't have such a long title run, it kind of ruins their title run?
Not if you're booking them good right out of the gates and winning it.
That's true.
Mo.
Fantasy booking here, so no need to attack me. I'd say have Gunther hold that intercontinental title, have him win Money in the Bank at the O2 Arena, have him drop the intercontinental title at SummerSlam to Sheamus, and then have Gunther cash in on Rock versus Roman at the main event of WrestleMania, crowning Gunther the next top heel. And then Roman can go to Hollywood or take a hiatus or whatever.
Yeah, TJS.
I had a similar idea. I think that WWE needs to do like a Plan C or Option C thing where you can cash in the mid-card title and then go for the world title. I think that would be good for Gunther. But I think, wasn't the Honky Tonk Man like a comedy champion?
I mean, he was a comedy character.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I asked if you think that Gunther is getting the Ambrose U.S. title syndrome, Aaron. What do you?
No,
I don't think so.
He's been having really good matches. He's been defending those titles more often than Ambrose. Ambrose has been delivering terrible matches and barely defending it.
Okay. TJS, Savannah Price's Switchblade's wife.
We're supposed to go around and do plugs. What happened?
No idea.
Well, wait a minute. Virtue, I gotta deliver on the picture. So here you go.
Yes. After Dark. You got it. That's what we all waited for.
Where did you get it?
Nice.
I have my sources. Not Walt Culture, whatever they're called.
Aaron, are we caught up on Super Chats?
We're caught up.
Mo, go ahead and finish your plug so we can keep this ball rolling.
Mo Camera on YouTube. I don't post videos anymore, but I did buy a $8,000 Sony FX3 camera with a lens. So I will be making YouTube videos eventually, and my quality will be up to ante.
Did you pay?
Wow.
Did you
8,000 Canadian US dollars? So that's a little less than American, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow,
Good.
we thought
All
Big
right.
G was the big baller.
All right.
Next
Thanks
time
for
I'm on
being
here,
on.
I will show my camera so you guys believe
money.
me.
That's
Thanks
why
for
his
being
name is
on.
Mo Camera. You get it?
All right,
Right,
TJS.
you're smart. You're catching on, TJS.
He bought one Mo camera.
Yeah.
Mo money,
you got
Mo
a little,
camera.
hey,
That's
you got a little giggle in there too for your closing. All right.
Oh God. NoDQ.com/TJS takes you to my Facebook page. Twitter at
Did you forget your own Twitter again?
yeah, I don't remember.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Toilet
Hey,
flush.
it was fun being on with you guys tonight. Mo Camera, I think that your phone must have a really good battery life.
It's connected to the
Nice.
car.
Are you an iPhone guy?
And look, we wanted to do it tomorrow night against the Super Bowl, but like it's, and it is what it is. So thanks for being on. Thanks for watching No DQ Galaxy. Walter Cruz, over to you now.
My Twitter is at Walter Alex Cruz, and Instagram, of course, is at Cowfire Farms. And that's it for me. Simple and plain.
Good having you on. Now over to Aaron Rift.
Thank you to everybody. We had a huge turnout tonight, so thank you all for tuning in. Much appreciated on a Saturday
Probably
night.
still better than last night would have been, or tomorrow night would have been. So
I was tempted to say let's just do it against the Super Bowl. I doubt anybody would have joined. It might have just been you and me, Virtue, but I was almost going to say let's just go against the Super Bowl.
We have that in common, Aaron. I don't watch sports.
Wait a minute. After this stream, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
After this,
TJS.
After the stream, are you gonna smoke a Super Bowl, Walter?
Ooh, nice.
Tomorrow, maybe.
And that's what everybody can do. All the No DQ Galaxy too. Take a link to this video and say that it's on demand tomorrow during the Super Bowl and put hashtag Super Bowl and see if we can draw in some extra viewers on demand during our normal time tomorrow night.
Are you guys coming to Montreal for the Elimination Chamber?
I don't think they're letting me.
Are you going? Are you going?
I think so with my brother. If you guys do show up, let me know. We can have a big spliff, smoke a fat blunt, and have a good time.
Interesting.
Now wait.
Well,
Aaron, are you going to SummerSlam?
Possibly. It's in Detroit, so yeah. That could be a fun time. A no DQ meetup.
Reigns versus
Detroit.
Cody 2 for the championship is going to be a pretty good main event, Aaron. All right, Aaron, go back to you. I think a super chat came in.
Yes, Psycho Jet Black finally arrived. Where was he tonight? Thank you for the super chat, and you're late, pal. Says, I know Virtue wants Roman Reigns to get to 1,000 days, but if it's not Cody and they don't split the title, who's left? I said this earlier. If he was watching, he would have known. It's too early for Braun Breaker and Gable Steveson, which I agree. Virtue, I mean, who would it be if it's not Cody?
Well, the thing is, it's going to be Cody. Even if Roman keeps the titles and Cody doesn't get it this time, it's going to be the chase. It's going to be that long journey to do it for his dad, son of a plumber. So there you go.
Grandson of a plumber.
All right, guys. So, yeah, stay tuned to NoDQ.com and Mo Camera. Last thought.
I was going to say either Bray Wyatt or Gunther. If Bray Wyatt can actually wrestle.
Which,
more often.
I mean, well, wait a minute.
He had a good match. He had a good dark match last night.
Hey, Walter, they can go full circle because it was Roman who beat the Fiend at Payback. They can go full circle.
Yeah. Walter, you were there. So what was that match like?
Wyatt can wrestle, and they had the lights on, and they did a normal no DQ match. It was a back and forth, and then he did a choke slam through the table, and then Sister Abigail, and it was fine.
How long was the match? How long?
15 minutes.
Really? So when I at my last WWE event, it was Wyatt versus Reigns in a street fight, and it was really good too.
Yeah.
We all know they always, when they do those dark matches like that, they tend to have some type of stipulation just because, like, to have the people stick around and make it like seem somewhat Interesting. So that's probably why it was no DQ, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a no
like it,
disqualification
People are
match. It was,
forgetting that Bray Wyatt had a really good match with Kevin Owens back in 2020 as The Fiend. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I actually don't.
Remember they had that no DQ match, Kevin Owens and The Fiend in 2020.
When? What show?
Yeah, it was on SmackDown. Kevin Owens and The Fiend were
Really?
wrestling each other.
I'm
Dark
sure it's
match?
on YouTube.
No, it wasn't
Okay.
a dark match. It's on YouTube.
Well,
Aaron.
what about Bray Wyatt versus Jeff Jarrett?
Wow.
Cross promotional.
Yeah, you can
Well-
make Big Baller the special guest.
What if you
referee.
do Cody, right? Cody wins both belts. And then you take the brand split actually serious, and each other pay-per-view he has to defend one or the other title, and then eventually that's how you split it. You let him beat a few, and then somebody beats him for one, and you let him have a long reign with the other.
Damn it. Okay, so I think the best way to split the titles is to just unify them and then say, okay, here's a new title for Raw.
Nah.
No.
No.
I'm retweeting the video on Twitter, Aaron, of our show.
Oh, well,
That's too much.
good job.
That's been
All right,
done too
guys.
many times before. Here's a new title.
So go look at my tweet. You'll see it.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I appreciate everybody's viewership. I appreciate the panel. Much love to everybody. Enjoy the Super Bowl if that's your thing. Enjoy your wings, your nachos, your pizza, your beer, whatever you like to snack on throughout the day. Yeah, or the breaking
Enjoy your
bre-
Super
the-
Bowl, Super Bowl.
Just make sure you
the
take care of your
popcorners. That's what I
cholesterol
was
and
trying
high
to
blood
say.
pressure.
Do you like that ad, Aaron?
Oh, I love it. I've watched it like 20 times already.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Popcorners.
say their name.
Yeah, and
That's all.
Say
Aaron,
their
Beyonce
name.
is performing at the halftime show. So are you interested?
Who?
Beyonce.
I
Beyonce?
thought it was
Who?
Rihanna.
Yeah, Rihanna. Sorry, they
Why
all
don't
look
they-
the same.
Oh,
They should
well, I like Rihanna more than Beyonce. So
Why don't
yeah,
they
maybe.
have McCartney? McCartney needs to play the halftime show.
We all set,
Yeah.
Aaron?
We're all set.
Be sure to follow me on Twitter if you dare at @NoDQ_virtue. Or I think you can just go to nodq.com/virtue and it'll take you to Twitter as well. Go to the merch page, nodq.com/merch, and you'll see all the great NoDQ merch over there. But that's it. This has been edition number 224 of the NoDQ review here on a Saturday night. Who was the king of the heels? I believe it was Roman Reigns. NoDQ Galaxy. Make sure you link this video all day tomorrow during the Super Bowl. Hashtag Super Bowl, hashtag WWE, AEW. And make sure if some of you want to tag MJF in it, do it. You know, I'm sure Aaron will love the heat when MJF laughs at all of us. But nonetheless, for Aaron Rift, for Walter Cruz, for who's that guy in the car down there? Oh, Mo Camera. And for TJS, Mr. Giggles, I'm Virtue. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
Mr. Giggles. You sound
Did I
like a
hear
new
a
Batman
police-
villain.
Is that a post?
Yeah.
Kid?
I have a fire station right across the street from my house.
Well, the show was so hot.
Aaron's still
Way.
ticking away. He didn't close the show yet.
Mr. Giggles is the Riddler's little brother.
Hey, we have Triple H's heart attack in the chat.
All right, I'm
all right,
out.
guys. I'll see you guys next time. It was good seeing you,
Whoa.
Virtue.
We're still live.
Yeah. See you, NoDQ Galaxy. Good night.
Fellas, wait a minute. Hello?
Phil Murchie.
Is anyone there? Anyone? Hello? We're still live. Who's still here? I don't think there's anyone in here. It's just me. Oh, God. Why is the show still going? Help. It won't stop. Anthony says just you. Oh my God. What? Oh, what the is anyone? Triple H's heart attack is still here. Oh God.